Imagine you're trying to eat healthier, but you slip up and have a piece of cake. Instead of enjoying it and moving on, you feel guilty and beat yourself up, thinking you've completely failed your diet. You become discouraged and give up everything. This is what we call all or nothing thinking, a common mindset that holds us back from achieving our goals and enjoying life. Because we are always caught up in, if I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. We set unrealistic expectations for ourselves and feel overwhelmed when we don't meet them. This can lead to severe anxiety, stress, and other mental health disorders. But there's a better way. In this video, we'll explore the concept, give solutions, discuss strategies to break free from this mindset, and find balance in our daily routines. So, what are we waiting for? Let's dive in. All or nothing thinking is when we see things in extremes, like success or failure, with no middle ground. It's the idea that we should either be flawless or completely messy. For example, if you mess up a project at work, you start thinking, I'm terrible at my job, instead of realizing it was just one mistake on the road to success. This thinking leaves no room for the gray areas of life, where most growth happens. Life isn't black and white, and expecting perfection from yourself or your circumstances can lead to constant disappointment and stress. It can often cause burnout in life, and you start giving up easily when things don't go exactly as planned. But the worst part is that many of us don't even realize we're trapped in this all-or-nothing thinking. We go through life not recognizing how much it's influencing our actions, choices, and even our happiness. Without noticing, we fall into these patterns, and they start to shape our everyday behavior. So how do you know if this mindset is affecting you? Let's take a look at some of the key signs of all-or-nothing thinking. One of the biggest signs is that people who are stuck in this mindset often use words like always and never. Statements like, I always mess up, or things never work out for me, are proof of this mindset. Additionally, they may struggle to see the positive aspects of a situation, focusing instead on what went wrong or could go wrong. Even small wins in progress are often taken as insignificant. Another sign is placing excessive pressure on yourself to achieve perfection, leading to frustration and a desire to give up when things don't go according to plan. They feel guilty for taking breaks or resting, as if slowing down is a sign of weakness or laziness. Have you ever caught yourself in an all-or-nothing mindset? What's one area in your life where you've noticed this kind of thinking? Comment down below and let's talk about it. This all-or-nothing attitude can make it hard for you to lead a balanced life. It can lead to burnout, sadness, frustration, and even depression. Studies show that about 87% of employees experience burnout, which can be traced back to this kind of thinking. They want to be perfect. Because of this, sometimes they avoid trying altogether, fearing failure. Their confidence and self-esteem start decreasing, causing missed opportunities and increased anxiety. A survey revealed that 42% of people struggle with balancing work and personal life, largely due to these extreme beliefs. This worrying statistic highlights how crucial it is to overcome this mentality to lead a complete and satisfying life. Is it possible to overcome this way of thinking? A big yes. There are lots of helpful methods you can go for. Self-compassion exercises, for example, help us in realizing that perfection is unachievable. By setting reasonable goals, we aim for progress rather than perfection. However, all of this comes under one key strategy, which is creating a work-life balance. When you have a proper work-life balance, you're less likely to fall into the trap of all-or-nothing thinking. You understand that striving for perfection in every aspect of your life is unrealistic. Instead, you focus on realistic goals and finding satisfaction in both your work and personal life. Now, the big question is, how do you create a work-life balance that corresponds with your life? You don't have to worry anymore. Here are 6 tips you can use that help you achieve this state. Time blocking is a powerful way to structure a balanced routine. You allocate specific blocks of time for different activities throughout the day. This method helps you stay focused and productive without getting stressed. For instance, you might set aside 2 hours in the morning for deep work, followed by a 30-minute break to recharge. This way, you avoid burnout while maintaining high productivity. For someone struggling with an all-or-nothing mindset, time blocking brings clarity and balance. Work can be done during a set block, but when that time is over, it's okay to move on to something else, like relaxation or hobbies, without guilt. This approach makes it easier to avoid extremes, when they're either working non-stop or doing nothing at all. A key method for structuring a balanced routine is prioritization. Many of us fall into the trap of trying to do everything at once, leading to burnout. So instead of aiming for perfection, identify what truly matters. Prioritize, focus on the most important tasks, and let go of the idea that everything needs to be done right now. Prioritizing helps shift the mindset from "I have to finish everything today" to "what's the most impactful thing I can do today?" It encourages us to break large tasks into smaller, manageable steps, which keeps us from getting stuck in extremes. By handling the essentials first and letting secondary tasks fall into place, there's a sense of progress without the stress of an all-or-nothing approach. You need to define when work ends and personal time begins. This helps to create a mental space where you can fully engage in each aspect of your life without feeling pressured. For example, if your work hours are 9 to 5, try not to check emails or take calls after that time. Instead, set aside specific times for breaks and leisure activities that you genuinely enjoy. Whether it's reading, exercise, or spending time with family, make sure these moments are sacred. It's also essential to say no to relationships or extra tasks if they disrupt your balance. Speaking of boundaries, what's the weirdest thing you've done to protect your downtime? Maybe getting sick so you don't have to go out. Let us know in the comments below. However, by respecting your boundaries, you protect your mental health and make sure you have the energy for all aspects of life. It gives you a middle ground, which is key to moving past all-or-nothing thinking. In today's world, it's easy to fall into the trap of all-or-nothing thinking. You're either working non-stop or feeling guilty for taking a break. That's where mindfulness comes in. Taking time to disconnect from screens, work, and the endless to-do lists allows your brain to reset. Mindfulness helps ground you in the present moment, so you don't get overwhelmed by extremes. It could be as simple as a 10-minute meditation, or just sitting quietly without distractions. It gives you the clarity to see that life doesn't need to be all work or all relaxation. It can be balanced. Whether it's during a lunch break or at the end of the day, practicing mindfulness allows you to find mental clarity and recharge. Over time, this makes you more productive and less stressed, helping you maintain a sustainable, balanced approach to work and life. Making time for hobbies can be a game changer for anyone struggling with all-or-nothing thinking. When people focus solely on work or other responsibilities, they often fall into the trap of perfectionism, feeling burdened if they can't achieve every goal. However, having hobbies allows them to step away from this mindset and rediscover joy in simple activities. It provides a much-needed break from daily stressors. By setting aside dedicated time for these pursuits, you can learn to appreciate progress without feeling the pressure of perfection. This shift from an all-or-nothing approach to a more balanced perspective fosters patience and acceptance. Seriously, if you're not juggling a hobby, are you even living?
Seriously? Are you serious?
Drop your favorite hobby below. Managing screen time is crucial, especially for those struggling with this sort of mindset. When you are glued to your screens for hours, it can create an illusion of productivity while leading to frustration. When you set specific time limits for your screen use, you create a healthier relationship with technology. This helps you avoid the trap of thinking that you must either be fully engaged or completely offline. For example, taking regular breaks from screens can help refresh the mind and improve focus. Try setting a timer to work in short bursts, followed by a quick break, like 25 minutes of work followed by 5 minutes of rest. This approach breaks the all-or-nothing cycle. You start recognizing it's okay to step away and recharge, and at the same time, maintain productivity without feeling guilty. When are you going to implement these strategies? Keep in mind they're not going to give instant results. Instead, you will fail twice, thrice, sometimes even more. But don't give up. Patience is the key. Patience plays the biggest role in the journey towards breaking free from all-or-nothing thinking and creating a balanced routine. You can't expect change to happen overnight. It's a gradual process. As Maya Angelou once said, "Nothing will work unless you do." This quote reminds us that change requires effort and patience. Progress takes time. When you set unrealistic expectations, you set yourself up for disappointment. Instead, focus on small, manageable steps. Each tiny improvement adds up, leading you closer to your goals. Life is full of ups and downs, and that's perfectly okay. When things don't go the way you planned, stay calm and remind yourself that setbacks are part of the journey. This way you create a more balanced routine without the pressure of perfection. And that's a wrap for today. Remember that breaking free from all-or-nothing thinking is a journey, not a race. It's all about finding that sweet spot between work and life, where both can coexist without stressing you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living a balanced and fulfilling life. Until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.